let the justice system work. Unless them know say the justice system is tainted, why him want to take it upon for himself to come and apply for a fiat to bring down a harsh judgment on a Norman Scott. With prejudice. This is what this administration gives. Get people from outside and turn them in a million and billionaire. Get them friends and combolos, turn them in a million and billionaire. And they don't see anything wrong with it. He's Jamaican by the choices he made. Blessings, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Isabel Rose. And in this one, major updates to previously reported news. First and foremost, we have a Tavares Finson wanting the Director of Public Prosecution to hand down serious sanctions on a Norman Scott for Election Day brawl. While Hugh Wildman, the lawyer representing a Fritz Pinnock in the Caribbean Maritime University multi-million-dollar fraud, says that the judge's indiction is flawed and calling for the entire trial to be dismissed. And Anju Holness praises Amber CEO as Jamaica's tech champion. While he says one must choose Jamaica, he chooses people from other nations to praise above Jamaicans. Please stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I want to say a big thank you to the newest member of the ABR membership, Kareen. Thanks for joining the membership. Big up yourself. Big up to all the other members of the ABR membership. You too can become a member. Only a small fee per month. You get star badges beside your name. A whole lot of other perks. Member shout out. Please come on board. Support the movement. Thank you. Now, following a court appearance by a Norman Scott, who is a mayor, who is currently aligned to the People's National Party, who was in some brawl with a Jamaica Labour Party election day worker who happens to be a woman. She made a report that he basically assaulted her physically and destroying her eyeglass. He was charged for same. However, following his appearance, we've seen where a Senator Tom Tavares Finson, who happens to be a King's Counsel, went ahead and applied to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for a fiat to prosecute Mayor Scott. Now let us look at what a fiat is really about. So in a legal context, a fiat is an authoritative decree or order or sanction often originating from a judge or other person in authority. It can be a formal, legally binding court order, such as a judge's handwritten note directing a specific action, or it can refer to an arbitrary top-down command from a governing power. A governmental fiat, an authoritative decree made by a government or ruling authority, sometimes without popular consent. So it seems as if he wants the prosecutor to go hard on a Norman Scott. But now we've seen the People's National Party, or should I say the shadow spokesperson on justice, a Zulika Jess, very concerned about this and calls for fair prosecution of Mayor Norman Scott. The People's National Party calls for a fair and just prosecution of Mayor Norman Scott, who is before the court in connection with an incident involving a Jamaica Labour Party indoor agent at a polling station on election day. The PNP notes with grave concern public utterances made by Senator Tom Tavares Finson, KC, that he has applied to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for a fiat to prosecute Mayor Scott. It is widely known that Senator Tavares Finson Casey is a political operative aligned with the ruling Jamaica Labour Party and currently serves as a Jamaica Labour Party appointed Senator President of the Senate and JLP nominated Commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, that's the ECJ. Against this background, it is wholly improper for a known political operative of the Jamaica Labour Party to be granted a fiat to prosecute a political officer aligned with the opposing party. The People's National Party maintains that the right to a fair trial is a universal human right that ensures that justice is served based on evidence, not political considerations. A fair trial requires an impartial and disinterested prosecutor. It is a denial of justice to deprive an accused individual of basic fairness and impartiality. Prosecutors play an important role in preserving public trust in the justice system due to their unique role as ministers of justice. Prosecutors are asked to exercise substantial discretion and are required to operate in a disinterested way. The public's perception that the justice system operates in an unbiased manner is crucial to the administration of justice. Where the process is tainted by real or reasonably perceived prejudices, the public's trust in the system is eroded. As often noted, both the appearance and reality of impartial justice are necessary to ensure public legitimacy of judicial outcomes and the rule of law. The People's National Party calls for due respect for the rights of all parties concerned and emphasizes that true democracy demands impartiality, restraint, and equal protection of rights, not selective justice. Now let us reason, ABR family and viewers. Ununasi said this has politics written all over it. The thing is within the courts. Allow the courts to work. Why him want take it upon himself, get a fire, but then he wants to tell us that there's no politics in this? Did he order a fire to prosecute the stoolman? We take a stool and badgered a lady? We are against any form of abuse against women and girls, children in general. But if a case is before the courts, let the courts work without any form of interference. We never see him come out so strong for other incidents. The judge has ordered fingerprint. Let the justice system work. Unless them know say the justice system is tainted, why him want to take it upon for himself to come and apply for a fiat to bring down a harsh judgment on a Norman Scott. With prejudice. This should never be. And I strongly believe that the People's National Party representatives should not sit with any of these governing senators or members of parliament in any of these houses. Not at all. It should not even sit with Anju Holness who is still uncertified. Not at all. Now, as it relates to the trial for the 50 million CMU fraud involving a Royal Reid and co-accused, we've seen where the first witness took the stance last Thursday. However, the judge ruled down an indictment which happens to be for Royal Reid and Fritz Pinnock. Now, the lawyer for a Fritz Pinnock, who happens to be a Hugh Wildman, basically states that the indictment is flawed. So the indictment, which authorizes the commencement of the matter, contains information only relating to Pinnock and Reid, despite 5 individuals being on trial. He said the indictment did not mention Reid's wife, Shireen, their daughter Sharelle, and Jamaica Labour Party councillor Kim Brown Lawrence, who are also charged in connection with an arrangement to defraud CMU and the Education Ministry of over $25 million. According to Wildman, this discrepancy renders the trial invalid for the remaining 3 accused, and he basically calling on the judge to dismiss the entire trial. He described the issue as a fundamental legal flaw that cannot be corrected within the current proceedings, and urging the court to refer the matter to the Supreme Court. So he basically informed the judge that he will be seeking a judicial review. He also stated, I will be seeking a stay of the trial. So everybody wants some delayed tactics as it relates to, their trial. We're seeing the same thing occurring with Anju Holness's trial versus the Integrity Commission, a base stay of proceedings because they want all of these cases to be dragged out. Now look at a case like this involving a Royal Reid and co-accused. Has been on the back burner for some 6 years, and every time it should go forward, right? A whole heap of problems. So the lawyer wants to state now that the judge decision is flawed and is seeking a judicial review. What can go so? But you know why it can go so? When your pocket is heavy, when your money enough and tall up to the ceiling, or should I say up to the sky, and you can pay lawyers them to do whatever it is that they can do to drag out your case and to use all sorts of technicalities to get you off the hook. We're seeing it happen with many other trials. But as I stated, the people them don't stand up for what is right. They stand up for who they like. It wouldn't be a surprise to me if he gets off this case, him and the co-accused, because this is how this government operates. You can thief, you can cheat your way, and you still get a fat paycheck. That is the order of this current administration. Choose Jamaica, they say, but every chance Anju gets, he praises someone who is not a born Jamaican. So we're seeing them rolling out these AI, and they're praising a Amber CEO. And I want to jog on the memory a little bit before I read out this article by Revo. Remember, this is a video footage from 2023 when they were rolling out some AI robotics in the JCF. Take a look at this.
Transformation complete.
So Anju now talk about the 32,000 double minimum wage that he promised the common Jamaican. But him a roll out AI. And if you no think say coming this December, remember I showed you that video a while ago, it is from 2023. So him not talk about the double minimum wage, but AI, him a show no robotics for take away no found minimum wage jobs. What can go so? And then he's also praising someone who is not a Jamaican. But I want you to take a close look at this picture and look upon all the people in this. Cliff Hughes up front and center, him couldn't hide no longer. But then we don't know, say, based on his reporting, who he's affiliated with. But here's what the article says. Jamaica's push to become a global digital powerhouse took center stage on Tuesday night as Prime Minister Anju Holness hailed Amber Group founder and CEO Ambassador Dushyant Savaria as Jamaica's tech champion and a true Jamaican. But Mark Golding were born in Jamaica. They gave him hell throughout the entire campaign because they had nothing on a Mark Golding. But they went at his skin color and they went at his nationality. Someone who has lived in Jamaica their entire life, born and raised in Jamaica. They gave him a very hard time. But then he hailed someone who is not Jamaican as a true Jamaican. But then again, wasn't he the same person who said you don't have to be born in Jamaica? You are Jamaican by choice. Says that you make. Anju went on to say technology doesn't integrate itself, it requires champions. The Giant is not just an ambassador, he is Jamaica's champion for technology. It matters not that he was born in India, he is Jamaican because he chose Jamaica. Mighty God. He recalls Savadia's critical role during the COVID-19 pandemic when Amber built the Jam COVID platform in just 10 days, a move that allowed Jamaica to reopen its borders faster than any other Caribbean countries. This is what this administration gives. Get people from outside and turn them in a million and billionaire. Get them friends and cumbelos, turn them in a million and billionaire. And they don't see anything wrong with it. He's Jamaican by the choices he made. We could not have managed that crisis the way we did without Amber's technology. That's commitment, patriotism, and purpose. He says Savadia's work reflects Jamaica's Vision 2030 goal to make the island the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Savadia expressed deep gratitude for the recognition and reaffirmed his long-life commitment to Jamaica. He quoted Prime Minister, "If you cut me, it will bleed Jamaica. This country gave me more than I ever asked for: love, purpose, and the chance to serve." Savadia shared how Amber grew from humble beginnings into a multinational enterprise with 2,500 employees across more than 100 countries. We don't just build companies, we build solutions that serve humanity, pointing to innovations such as Amber Connect, Amber Pay, and Revo AI, which is powered by Nationwide News. And them create the Revo AI, where you see Nationwide News have up themselves as Revo powered by Nationwide. So when you see it, I hope that Nationwide, after getting this big endorsement, I hope we not own more tax in our country so that the country can flow how it's supposed to flow. The big boys them will hold on and whole heap of taxes, getting whole heap of tax write-off by this government. But there you have it, ABR family and viewers. That's it for the update of these topics. I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Let us continue the discussion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help me get this video to at least 8,000 likes. Do stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself. Happy Saturday.